by Joan Johnson if we would be interested in becoming part of the Philadelphia Antique Show this year as the lone exhibition, which of course we were very happy to do so, and very happy to show off a lot of the pieces that most people don't get to see, even though we offer tours of the Pennsylvania Hospital's historic section, the Pine Building. Many of these pieces are actually all in offices, and so the public doesn't really get a chance to see most of these, and so this is a great way for us to showcase the unique and very important works that we have in the collection in a very high-profile venue. So the collection was amassed primarily since the hospital was established in 1751. What ended up happening is that we've received so many pieces by a donation, by the artists themselves or by individuals who are associated with Pennsylvania Hospital, and over the years it's just sort of collected and collected. Many of the pieces, such as our manuscript collection, are all items that have just been part of the hospital because they're part of the actual record of the working hospital. As a curator, I feel attached to just about everything in the collection, but there are certain pieces that I feel a little bit closer connection to than others. My personal favorite portrait in the collection is our Tomaselli portrait of Samuel Coates in his study. I think that it's almost an inviting image where Coates is sort of standing there waiting for you to just sort of come right into the picture with him and start to do some hospital business. So he's got his glasses on his head, all prepared, and his little watch fob, and his desk looks a little bit messy, like he had been working, and it just sort of is a very inviting image. What's wonderful is that in the show that we have now, next to his portrait, we actually have the tea-top table that he donated to the hospital. Samuel Coates was manager of the hospital. He was the secretary as well as being president of the board, and it was really interesting because he donated it to the hospital for the board's use, which they used for a period of time, and then after a while they really weren't using as many pieces, so they allowed the Philadelphia Museum of Art to borrow that, and then eventually they were able to purchase that. But you can see the beautiful Pennsylvania Hospital written right inside of there now. This is really the first time it's been brought out of its home in a large-scale way. We were talking about it as we were preparing to get everything ready to go to the show, and someone had walked by me and they said, well, when was the last time some of these pieces saw the light of day? And you take a piece like the Tomaselli portrait of Benjamin Rush that was donated by his students in 1813, and literally I think it has been inside the hospital since 1813, so I would say nearly 200 years it has not seen the light of day. And many of the pieces that we have here are in a similar way, that they've always been within the hospital or within the hospital system. So the Institute of Pennsylvania Hospital had pieces for a number of years, but primarily the collection has been inside the Pine Building all of this time.